Captain Zaranova rushed through the corridors of Haven Station, her auburn hair flowing behind her as she navigated the crowded diplomatic hub. The peace summit between Earth and the Valorian Empire had drawn beings from across the galaxy. Tensions ran high. She clutched the sealed datapad containing crucial mining reports late for the morning session. Rounding a corner too quickly, she collided directly into someone tall and solid. The impact sent them both stumbling, her data pad clattering across the metal floor. "Watch where you're going," she muttered, then looked up into the most striking pair of golden eyes she'd ever seen. Prince Kale Stormwind of Valoria steadied himself, his crystalline blue skin catching the station's ambient light. His silver hair was pulled back in traditional braids, and ceremonial armor gleamed across his broad shoulders. "My apologies, Captain," he said, his voice carrying a melodic accent that made her heart skip. "I was distracted by thoughts of the negotiations." Zara felt heat rise to her cheeks as she realized who she'd bumped into. The Valorian prince was even more handsome than the diplomatic files suggested. That was my fault, always rushing somewhere. She bent to retrieve her datapad, noticing how he immediately knelt to help her gather the scattered documents. Their fingers brushed as they reached for the same file, sending an unexpected jolt of electricity through both of them. Kale's golden eyes widened slightly, and Zara found herself unable to look away. For a moment, the bustling station around them seemed to fade into background noise. "You have beautiful eyes," Kale said softly, then seemed surprised by his own words. "Forgive me, that was inappropriate for a diplomatic setting." Zara smiled, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. "Maybe, but I don't mind. Your people have amazing eyes, too, like liquid gold." She stood, smoothing her uniform. "I'm Zara, by the way, Captain Zaranova of the Earth's Exploration Fleet." "I know who you are," Kale replied, rising gracefully. "Your reputation as an explorer precedes you. I've read about your discovery of the Andromeda trade routes." He paused, studying her face, though the reports failed to mention, "Your courage shows in your smile." The compliment made Zara's stomach flutter in a way that had nothing to do with diplomatic protocol. Something about this alien prince drew her in, made her want to know more about the person behind the formal title. The dangerous mission, the emergency alarm shattered, the peaceful morning on Haven Station. Zara burst into the command center where Admiral Hayes was coordinating a rescue operation. "What's the situation?" she demanded, immediately switching into professional mode. "Mining vessel Prospector is trapped in the Kepler asteroid field," Hayes explained grimly. 17 crew members, both human and Valorian. "We need our best pilot." His eyes met hers. "That's you, Captain." Before Zara could respond, Prince Kale entered the room, his ceremonial robes replaced by practical flight gear. "I volunteer to accompany the rescue mission," he announced. "3 of those miners are my people." Admiral Hayes frowned. "Your Highness? With respect, this is an extremely dangerous operation. The asteroid field is unstable, and I am trained in emergency response." Kale interrupted politely, but firmly. "And my ship's shielding technology could prove invaluable." He turned to Zara. "If Captain Nova agrees to work with me..." Zara studied his determined expression, remembering their earlier encounter. Despite her usual preference for working alone, something about Kale inspired confidence. "We'll take both ships. I'll navigate the field. You provide cover with your shields." 2 hours later, they were deep in the treacherous asteroid belt, their ships moving in perfect synchronization. Zara's smaller, more maneuverable craft darted between tumbling rocks, while Kale's larger vessel projected protective energy barriers around both ships. "Left turn in 3 seconds," Zara's voice crackled through the cum.
"There's a gap between
those 2 massive asteroids." "I see it," Kale responded, his calm voice steadying her nerves. "Adjusting shield configuration to match your flight path." They found the Prospector wedged between 2 slowly rotating asteroids, its hull cracked but intact. The rescue operation required delicate precision. One wrong move could trigger a catastrophic collision. "I'll dock with their ship," Zara said. "You keep those asteroids from crushing us all." "Understood, Zara." ... Double quotes, his voice grew softer. "Be careful." The warmth in his tone surprised her. They barely knew each other, yet she felt a connection that transcended species boundaries. You too, Kale. We're both going home today. Working together. They successfully evacuated all 17 miners. As they flew back to Haven Station, Zara found herself hoping this wouldn't be their last mission together. The way Kale had trusted her judgment, supported her decisions without question, it felt like they'd been a team for years. "Thank you," came Kale's voice through the comm. "Your flying skills are remarkable. Your shield work saved us all." She replied, "We make a good team." There was a pause before he responded. "Yes, we do." Back on Haven Station, news of their successful rescue spread quickly through both delegations. Zara found herself summoned to Admiral Hayes' office, where stern faces awaited her. Captain Nova Hayes began formally, "While we commend your rescue efforts, some concerns have been raised about your cooperation with Prince Kale." "What kind of concerns?" Zara asked, though she suspected she knew. It's a kind that question. "Whether personal feelings are interfering with professional judgment," replied Ambassador Chen coldly. "Fraternizing with alien royalty could compromise Earth's negotiating position." Zara felt anger flare in her chest. "Prince Kale and I saved. 17 lives today. Our fraternizing consisted of professional coordination under extreme pressure." Meanwhile, in the Valorian wing, Kale faced similar scrutiny from his own people. High Counselor Vex, his violet skin marked with traditional scarification, paced before the prince with obvious displeasure. "Your behavior grows concerning, young prince," Vex intoned. "This human female has captured too much of your attention. Our people expect strength, not sentiment." "Captain Nova is an exceptional officer," Kale replied evenly. "Working with her demonstrated the potential for human-Valorian cooperation. Cooperation in battle, perhaps. But the servant's whispers speak of lingering glances and gentle words. Such displays of emotion weaken your authority." That evening, seeking solitude, Zara made her way to the station's observation deck. The artificial night cycle had begun, and the viewing ports displayed a stunning starfield. She was surprised to find Kale already there, standing silently before the cosmic vista. "Hey, beautiful, isn't it?" she said softly, joining him at the transparent aluminum barrier. "On Valoria, we believe each star represents a soul finding its path through the universe," Kale replied, not looking away from the view. "Some souls travel alone, others in pairs, destined to share their journey." Zara stepped closer, close enough to feel the warmth radiating from his skin. "What do you think we are?" Kale finally turned to face her, his golden eyes intense. "I think we are two souls who were meant to meet among the stars." He raised his hand, gently touching her cheek. Despite what our people say, despite the impossibility of it all, Zara leaned into his touch, her heart racing. "Kale, ... He bent his head, and their lips met in a kiss that seemed to stop time itself. When they finally parted, both were breathing heavily. "This is dangerous," Zara whispered. "The most beautiful things usually are," Kale replied, pulling her closer as they stood together under the artificial starlight, both knowing their worlds would never approve, yet unable to deny what was growing between them. The crisis test the attack came without warning. Enemy ships from the Raven Syndicate, space pirates who profited from interstellar conflict, struck Haven Station during the night cycle. Explosions rocked the diplomatic quarters as Zara rolled from her bed, grabbing her emergency kit, the corridors filled with smoke and panicking beings from dozens of species. Emergency lights cast eerie shadows as Zara fought her way toward the command center. Halfway there, she heard familiar voices arguing in heated whispers. "Prince Kale must evacuate immediately," High Counselor Vex was saying urgently. "The Syndicate seeks to eliminate key negotiators and restart the war between our peoples." "I will not abandon the station while civilians remain in danger," Kale replied firmly. "Your duty is to Valoria, not to these humans." Zara rounded the corner to see Kale facing off against 3 Valorian guards. "Your people need you," she called out, making them all turn. "But right now this station needs us both." Admiral Hayes appeared behind her, his face grimmed. "Captain, we're evacuating all diplomatic personnel. The Syndicate has superior numbers." "What about the civilians in the lower levels?" Zara demanded. "The families, the traders, the refugees?" "Evacuation Pods are limited, Hayes admitted reluctantly. Priority goes to the diplomats. Kale stepped forward, his golden eyes blazing. Unacceptable. Captain Nova and I will organize civilian evacuations while your forces hold the syndicate. Your Highness, Vex protested, you cannot risk royal blood for commoners. Then I renounce. My title, Kale said quietly, shocking everyone present. I choose to stay as a being who believes all life has value. Zara felt her heart swell with admiration and love. Then we stay together. Admiral Hayes looked between them, seeing something that made him nod slowly. You have 1 hour before we lose the station. Make it count. Racing through damaged corridors, Zara and Kale worked frantically to reach trapped civilians. In the merchant quarter, they found a human family barricaded with their Valorian neighbors, scared and confused. Follow us, Zara called out. We'll get you to the evacuation bays. As they escorted the group through smoke-filled passages, a syndicate soldier appeared ahead, weapon raised. Kale immediately stepped in front of Zara, his own sidearm ready. Protect them, he told her firmly. I'll handle this. We do this together, Zara replied, raising her own weapon. Like everything else, they fought side by side, covering each other instinctively, moving with a coordination that spoke of perfect trust. When the last civilian was safely aboard an escape pod, they stood on the emptying dock, hands clasped. Whatever happens next, Kale said, bringing her hand to his lips, know that meeting you changed everything for me. For me too, Zara whispered, then pulled him into a fierce kiss as explosions lit up the station around them. The new beginning, the battle for Haven Station, lasted 18 hours, but ultimately the combined human-Valorian defense proved successful. The syndicate retreated, leaving behind a station scarred but not broken. More importantly, the crisis had forged unexpected bonds between former enemies. In the weeks that followed, Zara found herself assigned as Earth's permanent liaison to the Valorian delegation. It wasn't coincidence Admiral Hayes had seen. How effectively she and Kale worked together. How their partnership bridged cultural gaps that formal diplomacy couldn't touch. The peace treaty is almost complete, Kale told her one evening as they walked through Haven Station's rebuilt commercial district. Vendors from both species now traded freely, children played together regardless of skin color, and love seemed to bloom everywhere they looked. What happens after? Zara asked, though she dreaded the answer. Do you return to Valoria? Do I go back to exploring empty space? Kale stopped walking, turning to face her with that intense golden gaze she'd grown. To love? That depends entirely on you. From his ceremonial pouch, he withdrew a small crystalline object that glowed with inner light. On Valoria, when two souls recognize their destined path together, we exchange harmony crystals. They're grown in the sacred caves of our homeworld, each one unique. Zara's breath caught as she realized what he was offering. Kale, your people will never accept. My people are learning, he interrupted gently. As are yours. High Counselor Vex actually suggested this union might strengthen the alliance between our worlds. He smiled. Apparently our rescue efforts changed many minds about interspecies cooperation. The crystal felt warm in Zara's hands, pulsing gently, like a heartbeat. What does this mean exactly? It means I love you, Zara Nova. It means I want to explore the universe with you. Whether that's the far reaches of space, or the simple joy of building a life together. He touched her face tenderly. Will you accept my crystal and give me yours? Zara reached into her own pocket, withdrawing a small pendant made from Earth's rarest metal, inscribed with coordinates of every world she'd discovered. I had this. Made for you, she admitted. The coordinates of my heart's journey, leading to you. Their crystal ceremony took place in the station's central garden, witnessed by beings from dozens of worlds. As they exchanged their tokens of commitment, something beautiful happened. The two crystals began to resonate together, their lights merging into something brighter than either alone. Perfect harmony, Kale whispered as he kissed his new bride. Perfect adventure, Zara replied, knowing that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together among the stars. 6 months later, Captain Zara Nova Stormwind commanded the first joint human-Valorian exploration vessel. With Prince Kale as her diplomatic officer and life partner, their love story had become legend throughout the galaxy. Proof that when hearts align, even the vast emptiness of space becomes home.